Assalamu alaikum students. Today we have taken another topic. We are discussing another topic, that is why the conditions for change of states of matter differ. Okay, means what are the conditions for change of state of matter differ. For example, different solids have different forces of frictions. Okay, so there's a different requirement of energies to get transformed into its liquid state. Okay, suppose some solid easily get into liquid form, some solid requires more and heat, more energy to get transformed into its liquid state. So it is given as solid requires different amount of energy to get transformed into their liquid states. Okay, so, this is same true for liquid also. Some liquid is if liquid changes to gaseous states, so not all the liquids takes the same amount of energy for changing from liquid to gaseous state. Okay, because the interparticle forces, interparticle spaces and kinetic energies of the particles is different in case of solid and different in case of liquid also. Okay, so different amount of energies will required to change this state. In gases, however, the interparticle forces and the interparticle spaces are by and large the same. They differ mainly in their kinetic energies. Okay, means in gases the interparticle forces and interparticle spaces are almost near about. So the main difference is kinetic energies. Okay, they mainly differ in kinetic energies. Therefore, all the gases shows almost identical state of behavior at given room temperature and pressure. So this is important. They only differ in kinetic energies. So that's why they are almost identical, showing identical behavior. Okay, at a given temperature and pressure. Okay, so is it clear to you? Now this is very important, as we studied in the earlier also in the previous classes. Law of conservation of mass. It tells that mass is neither be created nor destroyed, but can be changed from one form to another form. Okay, so the what is the statement? The law of conservation states as matter is neither be created nor destroyed in any physical chemical change. What it means that total mass of substance undergoing physical and chemical change will remain equal to the total mass of the substance obtained after the change. Means suppose that if we take 40 grams of ice and 50 grams of water, if we mix it, after some time the ice melts. Okay, and it melts and ice melts and become water. So the mass after melting, and if we measure the mass, it comes 90 grams, and on adding ice to water and then we wait, it also comes to 90 grams. Means mass is conserved in both these conditions. Okay, similarly, if we burn fire, okay, and it converted into ash, but here also mass is conserved. Okay, means mass of wood and mass of oxygen which is required for burning, okay, is always same as. Yes, it looks that the quantity reduces, okay, and this wood changes into ashes, but mass will remain same. It remember conservation law of conservation of mass doesn't violate in this case. Okay, it also hold in this case also that after burning of the wood, the mass remains the same. Means mass of ash and mass of oxygen smoke, if we add it, then it will remain same as in case of mass of mass of wood plus mass of oxygen. Is it clear? So this is very a confusing example also, that what happened, the quantity of wood is reduced and it get changed into ashes. What happened, whether this mass law of conservation of mass holds or not. So remember, the law of conservation of mass holds good in this experiment also. Okay students,